Libra, August 31st through September 6th may begin with a question you have been avoiding for some time. What do you really want when you stop trying to keep everyone else happy? This week carries a subtle but powerful turning point energy. Something in your personal life, career, finances, or relationships may reach a moment where staying undecided becomes more difficult than choosing a direction. You may receive a message that changes your perspective, encounter someone who awakens an unexpected feeling, or discover an opportunity that seems to appear precisely when you are beginning to lose patience. What makes this week different is that the answers may not arrive loudly. They may come through small signs, brief conversations, and moments when your intuition suddenly becomes impossible to ignore. If this reading resonates with you, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because the days ahead may reveal more than you expect. Monday begins with a strong need for balance. You may find yourself caught between two different priorities, two people, two possible decisions, or two versions of the future. One side of you may want security, while another side wants freedom. One part of you may want to hold on to something familiar, while another part quietly knows that you have outgrown it. Do not pressure yourself to solve everything immediately. Sometimes clarity comes after you stop forcing yourself to choose and simply observe what each option makes you feel. A past issue may also return on Monday. Someone could remind you of an old conversation, an unfinished responsibility may need attention, or a memory could suddenly become stronger than usual. Instead of seeing this as a setback, consider it an opportunity to understand how much you have changed. The past can knock on your door without having the right to come inside. Tuesday brings movement through communication. A conversation at work, a message from someone you know, or an unexpected introduction could create a new possibility. This is a good day to speak about your ideas and make your position clear. You may have been waiting for someone else to recognize what you want, but people cannot respond to needs that remain unspoken. Professionally, Tuesday may bring encouraging developments. Someone may notice your ability to cooperate, negotiate, or create harmony between different people. This is one of your natural strengths, Libra, but be careful not to become the person who always solves everyone else's problems while your own priorities remain unfinished. You can help people without becoming responsible for everything. Financially, Tuesday encourages practical conversations. You may learn something about a payment, contract, project, or opportunity that requires your attention. Before agreeing to anything, make sure the terms are clear. Your desire to keep things peaceful should never become a reason to ignore important details. Wednesday brings stronger financial energy. You may begin thinking about stability and how your current choices affect your future. Perhaps you have been spending more than planned, waiting for money, or considering a new source of income. This is a good moment to create a clearer strategy. Do not let temporary pressure make permanent decisions for you. If an unexpected expense appears, look for a solution instead of immediately assuming that everything is going wrong. If an opportunity appears, examine it carefully instead of accepting it simply because it promises fast results. Your relationship with money may also be changing. You may begin to understand that financial security is not just about earning more. It is about having enough control over your resources that you can make choices without constant anxiety. Wednesday may also bring a professional realization. You could recognize that you have been compromising too much in your career simply to maintain peace. Perhaps you have accepted less responsibility than you deserve, or perhaps you have been afraid to ask for more. This week reminds you that balance does not mean always choosing the middle. Sometimes balance means finally choosing yourself. Thursday turns the energy toward love and emotional connection. If you are in a relationship, a conversation may bring something important into the open. You may want reassurance about the future or clarity about where the relationship is going. Instead of waiting for your partner to guess, express yourself honestly. A relationship becomes stronger when both people are allowed to speak without fear of punishment. If you have been feeling emotionally distant from someone, Thursday can help explain why. Perhaps one person has been giving more than the other, Perhaps there has been too much assumption and not enough communication. Or perhaps both of you have been avoiding a difficult subject because you did not want to disturb the peace. But Libra, peace built on silence is not always real peace. Sometimes the honest conversation is what creates genuine harmony. If you are single, Thursday may bring a new romantic possibility. Someone could approach you through your social circle, work, mutual friends, or an online conversation. The person may be charming, intelligent, or emotionally interesting, and you may find yourself thinking about the interaction long after it ends. Do not rush. Allow the connection to develop naturally. There is also a possibility that someone from the past may return. Before you reopen that door, ask yourself whether you miss the person or simply miss the version of yourself you were when you were with them. Nostalgia can make old situations look more beautiful than they really were. Friday is one of the most favorable days of your week. Your social energy increases, communication becomes easier, and you may feel more confident about putting yourself forward. This is excellent for networking, career conversations, creative projects, interviews, negotiations, and important decisions. Someone may introduce you to a person who becomes useful to your future. A casual meeting could turn into a professional opportunity. A conversation could lead to a collaboration. Or someone may finally recognize something you have been doing quietly for a long time. Do not stay hidden. You do not need to become louder to become more visible. You simply need to allow the right people to see what you can do. Friday can also bring romantic attention. If you are single, you may receive a message or invitation that catches you off guard. If you are in a relationship, this can be a beautiful day to reconnect emotionally and remember why the relationship began in the first place. However, do not confuse charm with consistency. Someone can say beautiful things and still fail to show up when it matters. Watch actions. Saturday slows the pace. You may feel the need to withdraw from social noise and spend more time with yourself. This is not a negative sign. Your mind may need quiet after a week of decisions and conversations. You may begin reflecting on how often you change your behavior to fit other people's expectations. How often do you say yes when you want to say no? How often do you remain silent because you are afraid of disappointing someone? How often do you choose peace with another person at the expense of peace within yourself? Saturday may help you answer these questions honestly. You are allowed to have boundaries. You are allowed to disappoint people who benefited from your lack of boundaries. You are allowed to choose a direction that others do not understand. This is not selfishness. It is self-respect. Saturday can also be useful for personal development. You may feel inspired to improve your routine, organize your environment, start a creative project, or make a decision about your future. Do not wait for perfect certainty. Begin with something small and realistic. Sunday brings emotional clarity. You may finally understand why certain events occurred during the week. The financial conversation, the relationship issue, the unexpected message, and the new connection may begin to form one larger picture. Something that looked like confusion may actually have been preparation. Your career this week is connected to communication and cooperation, but do not sacrifice your ambitions simply to keep everyone comfortable. You can be diplomatic without becoming invisible. You can be kind without accepting less than you deserve. If you are looking for work, keep your network active. An opportunity may come through someone you already know rather than through the path you expected. If you are employed, consider speaking more openly about your goals. People may be more willing to support you than you realize. Financially, focus on balance. Avoid unnecessary spending motivated by emotions or social pressure. You do not need to maintain an image that costs you your peace. Use your resources according to your priorities, not according to other people's expectations. In love, this week asks for emotional honesty. If you are in a relationship, do not hide your needs behind politeness. If you are single, remain open to new connections, but do not rush simply because someone gives you attention. The right person will respect your boundaries rather than testing them. Your social circle may also reveal important information. Someone may show genuine support, while another person may become distant when you begin making progress. Do not chase people who withdraw simply because your life is changing. Your energy may fluctuate between wanting company and wanting solitude. Both are valid. Give yourself enough space to recover. You do not have to be socially available every moment. The most favorable days are Tuesday and Friday, especially for communication, career, networking, and new opportunities. Wednesday is important for financial planning and practical decisions. Thursday is especially significant for relationships and romantic developments. Monday requires patience with past matters, while Saturday is best for reflection and emotional balance. Sunday brings clarity and helps you see the larger picture. Libra, this week is ultimately about a choice between keeping the peace and living honestly. For a long time, you may have believed that harmony means avoiding conflict at all costs. But real harmony does not come from pretending that everything is fine. It comes from being honest enough to address what is not. You do not need to fight. You do not need to become harsh. You simply need to become clear. Someone may not understand your decision. That does not automatically make it wrong. Someone may be disappointed by your boundary. That does not mean you should remove it. Someone may leave when you stop giving more than you receive. That does not mean you lost something valuable. Sometimes losing access to your energy is exactly what teaches another person how valuable it was. This week may bring an opportunity that requires courage. It may involve career, money, love, or a personal decision. You may be tempted to wait until everyone approves. Do not. Your life cannot be built entirely from other people's approval. August 31st through September 6th may place you at a quiet crossroads. One path keeps everything familiar. The other asks you to grow. Choose the path that gives your future more room. And remember, Libra, balance does not mean standing forever between two doors. Sometimes balance means finally choosing the door that leads toward peace. The week ahead may not give you every answer, but it can give you something more valuable. The courage to stop asking everyone else what your life should look like. Listen to your intuition. Watch people's actions. Protect your finances. Speak honestly in love. Take your career seriously. And most importantly, do not abandon yourself simply to keep someone else comfortable. The moment you stop doing that, the entire landscape of your life begins to change. And perhaps the greatest surprise of this week will be discovering that the peace you were searching for in other people was waiting inside you all along.